Hey guys, this is Project Dave playing some RE4, the demo. So for this video I just wanted to test out aim assist. There's the snap and follow option, and then if you crank the aim assist max speed all the way to full, that basically makes the time it takes your gun to focus is 4 times faster. So this is just going to be ludicrously overpowered. Apparently it doesn't affect difficulty settings or anything. Maybe if you put it on hardcore, it's like, how dare you have snap and follow on. But what it does is it locks onto a limb and then follows that limb. So if you lock on a leg, it'll follow the leg, an arm, it'll follow the arm, and of course, most importantly, the head. So I think if you play with this on, it's not going to help a ton for the big chaotic battles, but for every other fight in the game, it's probably just going to save you ammo and make the game tremendously easier. And maybe fun and like in playing on Uncharted 2 on easy sort of way. But more importantly, if I get this game on release day, it might speed up how fast I beat it by like 3 to 5 hours, which would increase video production speed. It's also probably going to be really good on mercenaries with some of the characters. I imagine it would be very good with Krauser, for starters. So, yeah. There's also a hold button instead of mash button option, which does tend to make those prompts easier, but it also makes them less prone to causing carpal tunnel pain, so I'm almost certainly going to have that on regardless. The aim assist, it depends on when I get the game. If I get the game earlier, then I'll just play it normally, but kind of appealing. If there's like an S plus system, if it's speeding up your runs by 10 minutes to have this on, then why not? Look at that! Look at how fast that cursor closes. So at least on normal, closed reticle is a guaranteed stagger if you hit the right part of the body, and also probably higher critical strike chance. Though I haven't been able to tell because a lot of my crits are just random shots, and they're not last shot in the clip, just random shots that are on focus. So maybe crit is unaffected by focus in this game. In RE2, the last shot in the clip has a really high chance of critting, but that probably doesn't affect here because almost every gun has pretty high capacity. But Claire's revolver with 6 rounds, it just almost always crits if you with the 6th shot. So there's like no reason to reload because your last shot is always going to crit basically. So interesting thing. Random RE2 details. So should I play with aim assist or not? Who could say? For the actual big fight, it didn't really help that much, so I didn't record it. Well, I recorded it, but didn't put it in this video because it wasn't really much different than a normal big fight. And it doesn't lock on to crows, so presumably it will not lock on to the blue medallions, which one of those can be quite difficult to shoot with a pistol. But that's with RE4's super jittery aiming. This game doesn't have that problem, so it's probably not an issue. RE4 by default, like the GameCube version. On the Wii, obviously, it's not an issue. I assume on VR, it's not an issue. So it changes from game to game, or platform to platform. I think on PC, it is also not an issue. But on GameCube, the laser goes all over the place. So this is probably the best example of how it tracks and how it locks on to 2 different targets. I don't think you can snap between the targets, but maybe I just don't know what the control is. So that's locking onto the arm, that's locking onto the face, etc., etc. So if you want super efficient melees with little to no effort, and you're annoyed by knife durability or something, it seems like the knife has a lot of durability, so it's not really that big of an issue, but it has to be repaired. But maybe if they put like 700 enemies in every place, they all Like 12 of them can fit in a room that is designed to fit 2 people. Designed like in a architectural sense, not a game design sense. If that's going on, then perhaps knife durability becomes more of an issue. Who can say? I think I pop up on the map here. I might have put it in the wrong spot. There it is. Okay. So when I paused it this time, I pressed map, which I've never done before in the demo, and it shows the map UI. So naturally, the bigger building is bigger on the map. So there you go. And this is just me scrolling through the settings. I don't think there's that many other settings that dramatically affect gameplay. There's a bunch of different control settings. Oh, parry with R2. That's probably also just you get two chances to parry instead of 1, and also if you parry with R2, it's just going to randomly happen occasionally. Which I think is what happens in RE6. RE6 has like a really good parrying system. One of the unsung features of RE6. Because if you're good at it, it's just always going to work, and it's like a really efficient way to deal with enemies. Of course, if you're bad at it, then it's going to feel strange, because the prompt is very fast, but you can see the animation coming before the prompt, so you're not reacting to the prompt, you're reacting to the enemy doing something. And you can basically guarantee what the enemy is going to do, based on past experience, or where you are in a level, or whatever. It's very good for mercenaries. Which I've done a perfect 150 run of the second mercenary stage in RE6. I never played the DLC ones. So there's your snap and follow. Reticle deceleration is turned off by default. I assume that's terrible, but maybe somebody will want to use that. That kind of stuff doesn't work particularly well. But fun fact, if you wanted to play a game with aim assist, like Black Ops 3 and Black Ops 4, if you just turn on aim assist, get a sniper rifle, then you can just run around. You can run around and play like it was Doom, a Call of Duty game, which used to be famous for forcing you to stay in cover, but apparently that stopped happening at some point. So you're just like boom, aim, headshot, boom, aim, headshot. It doesn't even have to be a headshot because you're using a sniper rifle, so it could just be a body shot, but it's going to one-shot the enemy regardless. That's a fun way to play that game, the campaign. So some of those games are pretty fun in that way. So you could do that here. I think I would prefer not to, but I would prefer not to. What is the name of the? It's like a philosophical short story. I don't remember what the name of it is though. It's a pretty funny one. Oh, for some reason Leon's animation changes here, like it's a different frame of animation on each one of those. Same thing here. Maybe that's for colorblind people, to help colorblind people tell that there's a difference. Could be. I assume that's what some of this stuff is for. I'm probably going to turn depth of field off. But it doesn't seem like it's that bad. Sometimes it's really bad. In this case, it looks like it's okay. And you can turn up the FOV. That's a good idea. Because more FOV just means you can see further behind you. Simple enough. Story of my life. But thanks for watching the video, guys. Hope you enjoyed it. And I'll see you next time.